When you first meet a Filipina online or in person, the energy is pure signal. Her laugh is bright, your message flows, you feel seen again. Then, ping! When a Filipina says, "Don't worry, I'll pay you back," trust me, she won't. But the real question is, what does she really think the moment you hit that send button? Hello everybody, I'm Chrissy, co-author of the Amazon #1 best-selling book Fly Me to the Philippines. After coaching hundreds of Western men and seeing countless cross-cultural love stories bloom and crush, I've learned one undeniable truth. The moment money enters the chat, everything changes. Before we start, quick friendly disclaimer from me. This isn't financial or legal advice, okay? Think of it like girlfriend-level honesty from a Filipina who's seen both sides of the story, the giver and the receiver. We're talking about human behavior, not bank balances. So breathe easy and let's talk real life. Today you learn why money can scramble romance faster than bad Wi-Fi, what runs through her mind right after you help her out, how innocent stories turn into little traps, why the good girls quietly pull back when you pay too soon, and the simple boundaries that keep both your wallet and your dignity safe. And everything you learn from this video are all in our book, A Modern Man's Guide to Living, Traveling, and Finding Love in the Philippines. You can grab it on Amazon anytime, and the link is written in the description box below. But for now, let's dive into the first secret every expat needs to hear: the signal and the static. When you first meet a Filipina online or in person, the energy is pure signal. Her laugh is bright, your message flows, you feel seen again. Then, ping! One small transfer, and suddenly it's all static. That little notification does something to both of you. To her, it whispers two questions. Is he generous or gullible? To you, it creates a tiny expectation. Will she still like me if I don't send again? Money has frequency. It shifts tone just like a microphone that suddenly picks up feedback. When you lead with cash, you blur whether her smile is about you or about what you just covered. I've watched hundreds of stories play out. A man sends a small help, then notices her messages become polite, then short, then quiet. It's not evil. It's energy confusion. She's unsure what's real anymore. Money can buy gratitude, but gratitude isn't attraction. Once you mix those two, you can't filter them apart again. Coming up next, I'll tell you what a Filipina really thinks when that first gift arrives and why even a good girl starts testing you right away. What Filipinas really think. Let me pull back the curtain. When a Filipino receives unexpected money early on, two voices start arguing in her head. Voice 1 says, "That was so sweet. He must really care." Voice 2 says, or maybe he does this for all the girls." To her, the gesture isn't purely romantic. It's diagnostic. She's measuring character, how fast you give, whether you ask questions, whether you expect something in return. If she's that serious type, the kind you actually want to build a life with, it can unsettle her. Because respectful, hardworking Filipinas want partnership, not patronage. They grow up valuing hiya, or shyness, a sense of dignity and mutual respect. When you send money too soon, you accidentally remove her chance to show hers. And here's the irony. Many Western men send money to prove seriousness, but she reads it as neediness. As in, why is he buying me before he even knows me? So the best men learn to pause. They give attention first, not allowance. Stick around because next I'll share the most common pattern I see. I call it the 10-day trap, and how good men fall for it again and again. It usually starts on a dating app or in a Facebook group. She's a student or a nurse or a sweet girl helping her mother sell vegetables. Then comes a tiny request. Her phone broke, her load ran out, her nephew needs medicine. You think it's nothing, it's less than a night out back home. You use a trusted app, send a little help. For 2 days, she's grateful. Day 3, she's busy. Day 7, she's quiet. And day 10, she's gone. That's a 10-day trap, engineered to pull your heart before your head realizes what's happening. It's not about the amount, it's about the pattern. Tiny transactions that train you to prove your affection financially. I once helped a client, let's call him Steve. He sent small help 3 times in 2 weeks. Each reason sounded plausible. Medicine, data load, birthday gift for mother. When he finally stopped, she said, "You changed." He hadn't changed. He just closed the ATM of affection. The damage isn't the loss of cash. It's the loss of trust in your own judgment. And that's why real women never get the chance with you, because you're emotionally burned before they arrive. Coming up, why even the good girl tests you with money and what your response tells them about your backbone. Here's the thing, not every test is a scam. Sometimes she's genuine, just curious how you handle pressure. In Filipino culture, money signals responsibility. A man who spends too easily looks careless. A man who refuses every request looks cold. The sweet spot is thoughtful generosity. Compassion with compliance. So when she asks, "Can you help me buy load?" or "I forgot my fare," she's not testing your bank account. She's testing your boundaries. Do you ask questions kindly? Do you say no without insult? Do you offer alternatives like, "Let's talk when we meet in person"? Your reaction tells her if you're seasoned or simple. If you handle it with calm and confidence, that's sexy. If you panic or lecture, that's a red flag for her. Gentlemen, a Filipina doesn't need you to prove wealth. She needs to feel your wisdom. Handle small tests with grace and she'll trust you with bigger truths. Next, we'll talk about how the good girls see this whole money thing and why helping too soon can actually kill chemistry. How the good girls see it. You know what I hear in private from Filipinas who really liked a guy? They will say, "He was kind, but after he sent money so soon, it felt weird. It was too much, like he didn't believe I could stand on my own." When a woman respects you, she wants to earn your trust. If you hand out cash before connection, you remove her chance to show character. And once she feels in debt, something shifts. The flirting stops, the acting starts. She moves from being herself to being the grateful girl. It's polite, but emotionally flat. A real Filipino wants to give back through effort, affection, respect. If you skip that exchange, you rob her of pride. So if you really want to help, save it for later, when you've met, when you see her alive for yourself, when trust has texture. Up next, I'll explain why modern apps and instant transfer make it so tempting to press send too soon, and how to keep your head when your heart's online. The digital temptation. We live in a tap-to-send world. You can order food online, book flights, and declare love with the same thumb. So when your sweetheart says she's hungry or needs data, one click feels like care. But those apps weren't built for romance. They were built for speed. They reward impulse. They blur thoughtfulness with urgency. I tell clients to imagine every transfer as a tiny public postcard that says, "I make decisions fast when I like someone." Good women see that and wonder, how many postcards has he sent this month? So before you tap send, take a pause. Ask yourself, would I still do this if no one ever knew? If the answer is no, that's your gut protecting you. Stay with me because next I'll share a little tool that helped hundreds of men verify who they're really talking to and save their hearts before they open their wallet. Open source review. You know, A lot of men only find the truth when they let me check. My open source social media review isn't magic. It's research. I see public posts, friends lists, location tags, relationship clues, the stuff you can miss when love fog sets in. Sometimes I find nothing wrong, and that's a beautiful thing. It means she's authentic, she's consistent, and exactly who she says she is. Other times, 5 boyfriends, 2 secret accounts, and a public baby shower post. The truth is never meant to embarrass. It's meant to empower. You deserve clarity before commitment because love shouldn't require detective work, but it does require awareness. If you'd like me to quietly check the public side of her world, the photos, the comments, the hidden in a relationship status with tags, you can schedule a private open source review anytime. Coming up, let's talk about what really happens when a man leads with money and how it flips the entire relationship without him even noticing. When he leads with cash. When a Western man leads with money, the polarity quietly reverses. He stops being the prize and becomes the provider auditioning for affection. Every chat turns into a transaction. Every good morning comes with a silent invoice. At first, it feels powerful. She smiles, she thanks you, she calls you generous. That generosity without boundaries become dependency. And dependency sooner or later breeds resentment on both sides. She starts performing gratitude. You start buying peace. And before long, you're both pretending. She that she's still in love, and you that it's still mutual. Money is wonderful for building houses, but it's terrible for building hearts. A man who invests emotionally before financially keeps control of his narrative. He doesn't audition, he evaluates. So next time you're tempted to say, I'll just send a little something to show I care, try sending curiosity instead. Ask her questions about her dreams, her family, her ambitions. Let your attention be the currency. Coming next, I'll tell you the real turn on, the thing every mature Filipina finds irresistible, and spoiler alert, it's not your bank account. The real turn on. Here's what truly melts a Filipina's heart. It's your reliability, not riches, not grand gestures, just consistency. The man who calls when he says he will, who listens more than he lectures, who remembers her brother's name or her birthday. That man becomes unforgettable. When you're steady, she relaxes. When she relaxes, she opens up. When she opens up, intimacy flows. Emotionally, mentally, physically. That's the real spark. Money buys comfort. Reliability builds connection. One lasts until payday. The other lasts until forever. And don't underestimate humor. A playful tease, a shared laugh, the ability to make her giggle even when the rain is pouring. That's gold here in the Philippines. Because life here isn't perfect. There are brownouts, traffic, karaoke at midnight. And if you can stay calm and funny through it all, you're already rich in her eyes. Up next, we'll bring it all home. How to keep your power, your peace, and your purpose while building love that money can't buy. Let's be honest, this whole conversation is about power, perception, and respect. When you send money too early, she values the gift more than the giver. When you wait, she learns that your attention is the true luxury. Real men don't buy connection. They build it, brick by brick, through honesty and boundaries. And the women who deserve you will admire that. If you're wondering what she's really thinking, stop guessing and start verifying. Book a one-on-one consultation with Rob and me. Just email us at flymetothe@gmail.com. We'll walk through your situation privately, decode the signals, and if you'd like, include a background or open source review. And if you haven't yet read our Amazon best-selling book, Fly Me to the Philippines, grab your copy today. Remember this. Sending money can make you feel powerful for a moment, but understanding her mind will make you wise for life. Money can buy a moment, but never a memory. Keep your kindness, guard your clarity, and lead with character. So what are you waiting for? Make your move now and join us here in the Philippines. But always remember, fly smart, fly with confidence, only here from Fly Me to the Philippines.